dignitaries and local officials, guests, and my fellow classmates of 2018. It is truly an honor to be able to speak in front of all of you today. I would like to especially thank my family, friends, teachers, and counselors for their support and encouragement throughout my high school career. For if it had not been for them, I would not be on this stage at this very moment in time. In each and every one of our lives, our paths have crossed. Some of us grew up just down the street from one another. Few of us went to the same elementary school together. Many of us just recently moved into the area. Some had classes together back in middle school. And a few of us just actually had this class with each other back in 7th grade. Somehow, in some miraculous way, we ended up on the same path. However, after today, our paths will branch out into many directions, leaving Hayfield Secondary School as the base, Hayfield as the place where it all began. For some, it may seem frightening to ponder the idea of going our separate ways. However, I encourage you to not just think about the direction you're headed, but actually visualize yourself aspiring to achieve your goals as you soar through those doors. What does your path look like? For years, Hayfield has been the central melting pot for all elementary schools in this area, welcoming kids from Gunston, Island Creek, Lane, Lorton, and Rose Hill, and even just across the street, Hayfield Elementary, to name a few, and not stopping there. Hayfield has opened its doors to students from military and international families all over, never turning a blind eye to any student's needs. A place with teachers and faculty willing and eager to further the education of the next generation. When I arrived at Hayfield, the very first thing I noticed as a 7th grader was the overwhelming amount of school spirit and diversity that filled the halls, thanks to a man over 6 feet tall, dressed in an orange and white checkered suit, known as Principal David Tremaine. The late Mr. Tremaine was not just the heart of Hayfield, but the foundation for change at Hayfield. He believed, like many other faculty at Hayfield, in embracing different cultures and beliefs. And he would spread his school spirit and passion by making Hayfield a safe place for all races, ethnicities, and religions. He understood that everyone was different and unique in their own way, and he demonstrated continuously through his kind acts what it truly looks like to encourage one another. Like many young 7th graders, I was nervous about whether or not to call Hayfield my school for the next 6 years. But as I walked through those giant metal doors for the very first time, I knew it was my home. So you may wonder, what makes Hayfield stand out like no other school? Perhaps it's our school color. Why orange, right? However, orange has such a deep meaning. Orange is the mixture of two colors. The vibrant energy that is associated with red is blended with the happiness and joy of yellow. Orange represents our creativity, our enthusiasm, our determination, encouragement, success, and freedom. Orange is a color we wear proudly. However, our school color is only one of the many ways Hayfield boldly stands out among the rest. Hayfield is the representation of what the world should look like. People coming together to provoke change. When we look across our justice system, we should not just see one race, but many races. We should be open to the perspectives of others and all people. There should be no division or superiority amongst the people, for we are all equal. It was educator Steven Kofi who stated that strength lies in differences, not in similarities. Unfortunately, outside these walls is too often a world not accepting of individuals' differences. However, it is our responsibility as a class of 2018 to embrace the accepting and diverse atmosphere at Hayfield and sow it into other communities and institutions to reach unity in today's society. Activism comes in many forms. Use your passion to spark the change that we all want to see. Though we are all moving in different directions, may our paths align to one day mark pivotal change. Today, I feel blessed that my journey began at Hayfield. I understand that our paths are all different. Some will cross and others won't. However, understand that your foundation will always stem from Hayfield's rich school history and diversity. We don't know where our paths will take us, but we all owe it to ourselves and the next generation to continue to spread peace and a cultural appreciation beyond the walls of Hayfield. When we embrace our differences, we can rise above any challenge. If you don't remember anything from my speech today, please remember this. Your path is your journey. The destination is yours to choose. It is a road not taken by many, so don't be confused. This is your chance to embrace, encourage, and connect the differences in all people and promote a society where we are no longer separate, but equal. So get ready, for the class of 2018 will be an uproar, for we all know that though birds fly, hawks soar. Thank you.
Thank you, Carmen. Our next student speaker, Mr. Fawaz Ahmad.
Good afternoon, fellow esteemed and elegant graduates and treasured guests. I'm honored and humbled to stand before all of you today, and I'm very grateful to see all of you present. Even the Warriors fans, whose Acursa team will be playing LeBron in a few hours. I really, really hate your team, a lot, but I love all of you. So let us begin with the most significant presence in the room. Graduates, we did that. Through the long all-nighters and the groggy Monday mornings, despite all the haters, degraders, and incessant adult warnings, through the bathroom doors having 3-inch gaps in the stalls, and in between class congestion of our school's halls, through every procrastinated assignment turned in a minute before midnight, through every conference, regional, and district invite, through every loss, every gain, every single ounce of pain that afflicted our hearts, our bodies, our spirit, and our brain, we stand here on this day free of the chains that for the last 12 years have driven us insane. Yes, class of 2018, we did that. But it would be a great injustice for us to pretend that we did this on our own. If not for the investment of time, energy, and love from our families, our educators, and our closest friends, we would not be seated here today. We should never, ever, in reminiscing over our accomplishments, forget to appreciate the individuals who have helped us become who we are today. As a generational thinker and revolutionary entrepreneur, DJ Khaled once said, we all want to win more, but it's all about being blessed and embracing your blessings. From here on out, we will be heading in various directions, mostly without the support systems that we've grown accustomed to in high school. Whether that means immediately entering the workforce, continuing our education, or joining the armed forces, there is one reality we must all understand beforehand that Mr. Grimm kind of touched up on, and that is that there is much adversity ahead. We know that hawks are meant to soar, but how well a hawk can ascend isn't the same each day. Some days the heavens are clear, the winds are tame, and everything seems to be going right. Like yesterday, when the Caps came through and won DC's first title ever. And we got free Chick-fil-A at the senior picnic. And while the Caps winning was great and all, there is nothing in this world better than free Chick-fil-A. Unless you're fasting, then there's nothing more heartbreaking than free Chick-fil-A. Regardless, there are also days where the clouds are charged with electricity. The winds are crazed and angered, and everything just seems to be trying to tear the hawk down. When tragedy arrives at your doorstep, you will have an urge to give up. The winds of life will slow us down. Undoubtedly, they will. But you cannot let yourself give up. You cannot come to a complete stop. You must keep moving, because once a hawk lowers its wings in a storm, that is when the journey is truly lost. Civil rights activist Marian Wright Edelman put it best, and I quote, "You are not obligated to win. You are obligated to keep trying to do the best you can every single day." Now, we cannot expect every effort that we have to bring us exactly what we desire, because you know what, this world is hardly fair. Honestly, it's not. But that does not give any of us the go-ahead to simply give in. If Martin Luther King Jr. had given up his cause and his dream, the face of American liberties would be very, very different today. If Michael Jordan had given up his passion for basketball, and when he was cut off his high school varsity team, the NBA would be very, very different today. If I had simply decided not to write anything for tonight, you would not be hearing my amazing, amazing speech today. Yet, here we are. You see, greatness lies in our response to difficulty, in our response to adversity, and in the audacity for you and I to say that I will go on. Because, and if I can be real here for a second, folks, you will help nobody more than yourself. And you will feel proud of nobody more than yourself when you learn how to roll with the punches that life throws at you. As the Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him, once said, "Happy is the one that avoids hardship, but how fine is the individual who is distressed but shows endurance." Some of the most incredible human beings that ever lived some of the toughest lives you'd ever hear about. But that is actually what led them into becoming the figures that we remember and honor today. So understand that just because we finished high school doesn't mean life no longer has challenges in store for us. And not every person has the resilience, the courage, and the class of character to stand tall under the weight of those challenges. But really, class of 2018, we already know that every single one of us has that strength within us. If we didn't, we would not be gathered here today wearing our beautiful, a little too beautiful orange gowns. So let us celebrate our work, our experiences, our growth, our tears, and most importantly, each other. Because nothing lightens a burden more than a friendly shoulder carrying it with you along the way. Thank you, and it can never be said enough. Congratulations.
At this time, our students that will be participating in the musical program, please go to the back. Today, we're doing a short deviation from our normal program. At this time, would Mr. Doug Zywall, High School Social Studies Department Chair, please come up? And will the Honorable Tammy Dearnack Koufax please come up? In 2016, Governor McAuliffe founded the Governor's Challenge to increase high school voter registration in Virginia. In 2018, the League of Women Voters teamed up with the Fairfax County Council PTSAs and Inspire Virginia to create their own FCPS High School Voter Registration Challenge. The challenge aims to ensure that the torch of civic engagement is passed on to the next generation. Mr. Zywall and the entire Social Studies Department worked very hard to make sure that our senior class was prepared to participate in the very important civic duty, key on duty, the civic duty of voting. Last year, 1,600 students registered to vote in Fairfax County Public Schools. This year, there were more than 5,000 students who registered to vote in Fairfax County Public High Schools. And while I applaud my esteemed colleagues' efforts of the principals of the other high schools, it is with great pride that I say that Hayfield High School, by over 110 students, was the highest ranked school, and we have the most students registered to vote. It's pretty good when you beat second place by 110. Ms. Sternak Kofax and our lead district school board member will now present the 2018 FCPS High School Voter Registration Trophy to our own version of the Stanley Cup to Mr. Zywal on behalf of the class of 2018. Thank you. Let's give another big hand for our combined music program. As our students return to their seats, I would ask that we are one of the few schools that are blessed to have a facility large enough to graduate on school property. And I think that it's special. Part of that, though, is because we are in a gym, noise does tend to carry. The most important thing that every person has come here to hear was my speech. Well, maybe not. Fawaz's was better. So was Carmen's. Matt, you got big shoes. What I would ask, though, please, I know that this is a special day. This is 13 years in the making. And while we encourage celebrations, please, please, make sure that your celebration is short so that the next person, the next name that is called can be heard clearly by their loved ones. We ask that you do that because we want to make sure that all of our students are honored today. Thank you very much. Mr. Smith.
Okay, I get the pleasure of introducing one more high-paid student speaker. 2018 President Matt Tessema.
Welcome, fellow distinguished guests, members of faculty, proud parents and grandparents, surprised brothers and sisters who never thought these guys could get this done, and of course, to the members of the graduating class of 2018. Welcome to our beloved Hayfield graduation commencement ceremony. This is a day nearly all of us have been counting down towards. I assume you guys are excited as me to leave these hallways that raised us. But first, I'd like to take a second to comprehend what we have achieved by getting here to this day. During our time in high school, the world has been consumed by many dangers, including terrorism, natural disaster, racial prejudice, and facial acne. But despite all the chaos in our periphery, we sit here today as Hayfield graduates of 2018. Can I please get a round of applause? We have come a long way from our freshman days, racing through the halls of the trendy music of our old warning bell, before it turned into an obnoxious tornado bell warning. We have passed the days as sophomores in which we wondered if freshmen were from a different planet. We survived the junior year with a couple of all-nighters under our belt. Now, we are at the finale. The beginning of this year feels like it was just yesterday, but it wasn't. It was 284 days ago. But who's counting? Think about how far we've come individually and as a class. There was the first dance, the first football game, the first failed exam, the second failed exam, the third failed exam, the figuring out that the study guide was nothing like the test. The struggles we have surmounted these past 4 years have left us equipped with priceless knowledge that we will carry for years to come. And we, the class of 2018, have left our indelible mark on Hayfield Secondary School. We have been one of the most influential classes in Hayfield history. Our athletic teams have won various district and state titles among our programs. Our clubs like DECA and robotics have built formidable reputations around the county and nationwide. Our class has instilled a culture of joining and supporting social justice causes in our community. Our fellow students started the Students Demand Action Club and organized one of the first walkouts in Hayfield history to demonstrate solidarity against gun violence in schools. Many of us joined this walk because we believe that our classrooms should be safe and fun learning environments. We are the type of people who fight for causes we believe and offer more than just condolences. Not to mention, our class accumulated a whopping $4,015,391 in scholarships. Surpassing the tally of the class before us. These are the few things that represent the kind of people we are: intelligent, active, and driven. We will continue to achieve incredible things once we leave this stage today, but let us remember that this commencement is just the first in the stepping stone of our journey. We all have to start somewhere. Even the most influential leaders like Barack Obama, Colin Kaepernick, and Oprah Winfrey began as high school graduates. These personal histories of those we look up to shows us greatness is determined by how we tackle the failures and roadblocks we encounter in life. How we deal with this difficulty reveals our resilience, determination, and strength of character. And that strength of character is what ensures we develop into the types of heroes we look up to. As you graduate today, remember that you can be what you envision yourself to be. What you've learned here is just a stepping stone on your journey. Take this opportunity to shape your life. The world-famous street poet and renowned philosopher Drake once said, "Oh well, I guess you lose some and you win some, so long as the outcome is the income. You know I want it all, and then some." Close quote. Like many other celebrities and mass media influences, he is wrong. Greatness is not about obtaining money or fame. While today's culture may say true success is material success, remember that greatness stems from changing lives. It's about leaving people who you cross paths with a little bit more hope and happiness, regardless of whether you are recognized by the entire world or just a few people. If you can inspire one person, just one, to go out of their way and think about others, you've reached a new level of success that no income can buy. So do your best. Thank you. So do your best, keep fighting for what you believe, and remember, greatness comes not from the battles we win, but the battles we choose to fight. Our 4 years here at Hayfield Secondary School shall not be remembered by grades, popularity, drama, or disappointment, but by our relationships and the kind of classmates we were. These are the legacies we leave behind, and we, the class of 2018, have done our part. So may God bless you. The world needs you, and congratulations. Our community is so very proud of you.
Would the class of 2018 please stand? Mr. Grimm, I certify that these candidates for high school graduation have fulfilled the requirements to receive the high school diploma as set forth by Fairfax County Public Schools and the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Elijah Daver Abbas. Hamza Tahar Abbasi. Zishan Aftab Abbasi. Amnia Awad Abdallah. Abdullahi Yusuf Abdi. Sirak Woldai Abebe. Neo Ermias Abera. Kofi Tawiah Aboagye-Nyame. Gideon Kofi Nemo Achiampong. Yagin Yasin Adam. Kidus Terakane Ade. Rodas Haligorgis Addis.